this is Rippin', coming to you live from the Boston Comedy Festival.
Boston, make some fucking noise. We are here live. Oh, shit. The great and powerful Brian Redband is here. Brian, you know, maybe drawing from home or something? In retrospect, hello, louder, not loud enough for me.
The second time needs to be louder. I guess the first one too.
Oh, louder, all the way up. Nothing to stop him. He's all the way up. The sound guy, every louder up. Just fucking do it, dude. Let's bring this shit tonight. These speakers are way too big for what's coming out of them. Oh, yes! Power! Woo, go. Brian, I'm excited about this. We have a very fun show planned for you guys. We have a hard out, so let's just jump right the fuck into it. What do you guys say, huh? Every single week, I have two of the funniest guests on the show. These festivals are a little bit crazy because sometimes you're left with limited options, but I was just telling these guys backstage this is exactly like an LA booked show, and you guys are lucky as fuck because it's a perfect fucking match, and I couldn't be more excited. Make some noise for your guests tonight, the great and hilarious Eddie Brill and Matt Braunger. Back. You know what's up, everybody. How many of you guys listen to episodes of Kill Tony on the internet? Wow. Then you should be pleased to know that these are two returning guests, and I couldn't be more excited that you guys are here. You ready for this shit or what?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Braunger, I just watched you destroy in this room right before we were on. And,
I did all right.
And for those of you that don't know, not only is Eddie a great comedian, but he also booked Letterman for a very long time. You were in fact, you even gave Matt his first Letterman appearance.
Yep. That was worked out pretty nice.
Yeah. This was the guy.
What was the show you had on Saturday nights? Mad TV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember that?
That little show I had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were booking you on the Friday so that we could say he's making his debut on the fucking Mad TV, and then you got bumped. And then Mad TV was first, so we were open.
But then you had Tracy Morgan. It was Tracy Morgan and me. Like, he'd just have two guests every time, and Tracy was losing his shit, and you came backstage, you're like, I think Dave is going to have you over to the couch. You have a story you can tell? And I was like, what? And I'm like, I told you a story, and you're like, that's a good one. Anything else? I'm like, no! I'm losing my mind right now, man.
You had the owl bit that Letterman fucking loved.
Yeah.
That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the owl bit?
Huh? You guys remember that owl bit? Huh?
Come on. You guys.
2009? No one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Boston bucket of baked beans. Somehow, some way, we had a shit ton of a lot of sign-ups today. Maybe this bucket's better, like, on the ground.
Yeah, maybe just pick one out.
I'll just reach around and pull names out of it as the show goes on. And I'm fucking excited about this, though. A lot of people signed up. How many people signed up in this room that have never done stand-up comedy before? Clap your hands. Wow, that's a lot of people, including Pink Shirt. Look at this guy, ready to go. Are you guys ready? Should we start this shit? It's motherfucking Kill Tony, live from Boston. Let's do it. Live. You know how it works. If I pull your name out of the bucket, that means you get 60 seconds of stage time. Sometimes it's a great local comedian. Sometimes it is an insane person. You never know what's going to happen, but they get 60 seconds. You know your 60 seconds is up when you hear the sound of a kitten. Aww, isn't that adorable? That means wrap it up then, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. Oh, come on.
I think that bear ate a bird before.
That was a mouse, and then a bear, and then a motorcycle.
How did the bear get a chainsaw here from Los Angeles? You guys ready for this shit or what?
Yeah, come on.
The bucket.
Your first comedian going up. This is when we go on the road, we don't ever take our actual bucket, so we get a bucket when we go there. I want to let you guys know that out of all the live Kill Tonys we've done around not only America, but also in Canada, you have the largest fucking bucket ever. Boston,
Biggest
Massachusetts.
bucket, Boston.
Okay, well, if you ever listen to the show, then you happen to know that I absolutely love it when I think it's a crazy name.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
I get the feelings this one's going to be perhaps interesting. Put your hands together for Bobson.
Bobson.
Bobson? Whoa!
Oh.
Right from the front.
There it is, folks.
Oh, God.
Good so far.
Hold on, you get 60 uninterrupted seconds. Put your hands together for Bobson, everybody. Right into the microphone, Bob.
All right. I listen to this podcast a lot. Shit.
Oh, my God.
Fucking love it, Tony.
Move closer.
Oh, shit. This is fucking weird, people. This is like the weirdest thing I've ever done in my whole entire life. I can't believe I'm doing it. I'm just going to keep talking till the 60 seconds is up. God, when is that going to happen? This is not comedy. You guys are laughing, but it's not funny. This is... Woo! I'm visibly shaking. Shit. This is going to... Millions of people are going to see this, right? 100,000? 60 seconds? Holy fuck, dude. Oh. Oh, God. Any request? Oh, God. I got nothing.
Chainsaw. Straight to chainsaw.
Yeah.
Wow. Bobson, that was the worst thing that's ever happened on this show.
That is so bad. I kind of liked it.
Oh, man.
I enjoyed that.
No, you
Where you
stay
going?
up here.
Stay up
Get
here.
your ass
There.
back up here.
Get up here. Get up here, goddammit.
Yeah.
Who the fuck signed this guy up tonight? Who forcefully signed him up? He's clearly never seen the show or any show at all.
Tony,
He had no
Tony.
idea about the talking into the microphone part.
Tony, to be fair, sometimes you get so high you become another dude.
And that guy signed him up. His stone self signed him up. It's not his fault.
Bobson, what made you sign up tonight?
My brother, he dared me to. He said he wouldn't let me live it down if I didn't.
And he's wearing a pink shirt.
What's in your front pocket? All the baked beans?
Good question. Ooh, just that
Yo,
sweet,
you guys
sweet
seen
empty
me When I
wallet.
came in here,
What?
I just lost
Bobson, you have
Okay.
to talk. Why?
When I
First
got
of all-
here,
First, Bob, listen.
Okay.
Is it Bobson or
Yeah,
Bobson?
Bob's son.
Is that your dad's name?
It's like Zach Jackson, but Bob's son.
So it's like a name, but a name.
He had a sketch and he didn't do it during his 60 seconds. That was the funniest thing you've ever said.
What was that?
That's gold. Just
Yeah.
a random other name.
He's shit on stage, but at home, he fucking kills.
I've never killed nothing.
Bob.
I mean, he is doing
Killing it right now, though. Look at these people. Biggest fan.
Bob,
God.
you are something else.
Get me out of here, Tony.
What do you do
Come
for-
on, dude. Get me out of here.
No.
Let me go.
No, we have an hour left. I'm going to
You
spend it
see
all
me
with you.
sign up? You see me sign Bob's son? You're like, this kid's getting up here.
Bob, what do you do for work?
I mean,
I grow marijuana.
this is great.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow. It must be good as fuck. Yeah. Wow. What are you have any dreams and aspirations or anything? What's
Get enough money to live outside of, like, paying money all the time.
live outside of paying money all the
Yes,
time.
sir.
He wants
That's
to
the
make
dream.
enough money.
That is the dream.
You have to have the money to get rid of the money.
to
That's
stop
how that
paying all the
works.
time.
Everybody knows that once you make that one certain amount of money, you no longer have to pay for anything else.
That shit is free.
Just to have steady income. I worded it wrong. My bad.
Did
I,
some-
I, I, sound like a
I got
retard
you.
up
Yeah.
here. Fuck. Oh, you're gonna play like the sad Hulk song now, Brian?
No, that's happy.
No, he didn't even hit a button. This just happens when moments like this happens with special people.
That's a
like
song
that.
you play when you've made so much money that you don't need money anymore.
You'll hear that in your
wish
heart
I could hear you,
when the
fuck.
day comes.
It sounds like solid advice.
Can I say first of all, like, amazing balls for getting up here and for standing up here, because it's tough. It's tough. Give me a hand,
Yeah.
for real. And also, like, there's something to be said for someone that can just get up and have a presence that's hilarious. Like, you making that face and you going, I got nothing. I found it hilarious, and I'm not dumping on you, man. Like, you weren't deer in the headlights. You were just like, where'd I wake up?
He was more headlights. He was just headlights.
I'll give him that, man. That was great.
Bob, before I let you go, do you have any special skills or talents or anything, like yo-yo mastering, skydiving without a parachute, anything like that?
Nah, I don't.
You don't have any hobbies? Shut up. Shut up permanently. Fucking idiot.
I get blackout drunk and fight sometimes. That's a special trick.
That's
do?
good for Boston.
Yeah.
You get blackout drunk? And
No,
when's the last time you got into a fight? It sounds like you didn't win that fight, whenever it was.
My birthday last year.
Oh, we all know when Bobson's birthday is, right? You know.
July
Look,
19th.
every time.
When's your birthday?
July 19th.
July 19th. Where was the fight at? Outside of a Dunkin' Donuts. Every fight in Boston is in some way outside of a Dunkin' Donuts. You guys have more
can it not
fucking
be?
Dunkin' Donuts. I love it. I love Dunkin' Donuts. I'm allowed to say that now that the Monster
What's your
Energy
favorite
outbreak tour
donut?
is over.
Boston cream.
See, he knew that right away. He didn't hesitate. Boston cream. Very good.
It was a hotel room like a mile away from Foxwoods.
I'm done with you now. Bobson, everybody. There he goes.
Thanks, Bob.
The end of Bobson.
It was a hotel room? Jesus Christ. We're going to fight room 255 at the Ramada off Highway 9. What?
Where would that
Why not
be?
here outside the bar?
Oh, yeah.
I like fighting in hotel rooms. In rooms.
You should see Bobson's reaction right now. Like, all the color just went out of his face. He looks like he's about to throw up. It's awesome.
Deep breaths, man. Good job. Good job.
I go back to the bucket of Boston.
Bucket.
All right. 60 seconds uninterrupted. Live goes to Grant Miller. Here he comes.
Alrighty. I mainly came out tonight to avoid listening to my roommate try and learn Blackbird on the guitar for an hour and a half. But at least it wasn't a Green Day song, you know? You guys remember Green Day from middle school? Isn't it weird that Green Day's been around long enough to be everyone's middle school band? I'd like to get a Green Day tattoo, though, huh? Like that heart grenade, you know? I'd like to get a Green Day tattoo so I don't have to regret it when I'm older. I can just regret it right away. My current girlfriend is very upset with me right now because I've been referring to her as my current girlfriend. I think if you're a white parent and you name your daughter Asia, you're a fucking asshole. I think the rule should be if you name your daughter Asia, you have to name your next born South America. All right, that's going to be it.
All right. 53 seconds from Grant Miller. Fuck yeah. You are by far the funniest H&M mannequin I've ever had on stage before. Very funny, Grant. You've been doing stand-up a couple years here in Boston?
A little over a year.
Little over a year.
Yeah.
Look at that. Your cheek just shook a little bit. You're a little bit nervous right now, huh?
A little bit.
Ask Bobson what it's like afterwards. He'll tell you.
Bobson was composed because he didn't know where he was.
Grant, I love it. What's your story, man? You're from Boston. You live here. You got beat up a lot from guys like Bobson.
You and me both, Tony, would get beat up by Bobson.
For those of you not seeing this cheek shake on Grant Miller right now, I mean, it is unbelievable. We got to get you over this extreme.
It's like Elvis Presley, but up higher.
Do you always do that? It's just like
No, I'm very nervous.
Oh my God!
Tony Hinchcliffe isn't usually at the open mics.
Wait, what?
You're not usually at the open mics I do.
Oh, you are correct.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I had this effect on people.
Yeah,
Man, so I love it, though. I mean, you're extremely talented. You're clearly, like the next Michael J. Fox or something.
There you go.
Power of love. Don't need money.
You saw that coming. You're like a psychic DJ.
Yeah. Grant, what do you do for work?
I'm a student.
What are you studying?
Advertising.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
21.
Yeah.
Wow, look at you.
Where do you go to school?
Boston University.
Very cool.
Whoa,
Yeah, the one thing I could tell you for your set, I liked all the jokes. They were good. But you started out with a really long joke to start, and the other ones were shorter. It's better to kick off with a shorter joke, get the big laugh in the first 10, 15 seconds, and then do that longer one a bit later. But it was very good, I thought.
Yeah, everything was like really well written. I mean, one thing was off. Green Day was the band we knew in college, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well, for me,
right?
Green Day was my son's college. And,
It was great. Like you well written stuff, but also stuff that connected on a real personal level with everybody. I mean, like the current girl. I was like, that's one of those jokes. I'm like, how is that? I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
That was like one of those jokes. I love when a young comic writes a joke that's been in front of all of us all this time.
Yeah,
that was solid. That was solid.
And I love it when the guy from Boy Meets World looks like he's been through a microwave. I love your stage presence. Grant, you have a girlfriend?
No, that's a joke, actually.
Wow, so you really don't have a current girlfriend?
No.
It's so funny. When's the last time you had one?
Oh, since high school.
Since high school? Brian Redband is in the motherfucking
you guys
house.
used to dance to Green Day. Yeah. Back in high school.
I love that.
Yeah.
When you're around girls, like does your cheeks start shaking like that, or is that just a stage thing?
No, this is just a stage thing.
Yeah, when you're with the ladies, you're super confident.
Right, it's straight-faced.
Maybe you should switch it. Maybe when you're on stage, you should be calm, and when you're with the ladies, do your human vibrator thing that you're doing.
In certain situations.
Yeah, right.
Not like eating Thai food or anything, but like.
I don't know.
Grant, you're fucking awesome. What other than being on stage, and being sort of like in a situation that you're, a little bit intimidated by? What else in life scares you?
Pretty much everything.
Really? Like what? Can you give us an example? I'll give you an example of mine.
Okay.
I often fall asleep I always keep my hallway light on, but I close my bedroom door, but that little crack underneath my bedroom door where there's a little bit of light, I always fall asleep staring at it because I always am expecting to see 2 feet standing outside of it, and I don't know what I'm going to do after that, even if there was 2 feet, but I always sort of fall asleep scared just staring at it. I think it's from being raised in a tough neighborhood as a kid. All right, your turn.
See, that's actually scary. Me, it would be like ordering at a coffee shop is scary enough,
Why? What's so scary about it? You afraid you're going to burn your face with the coffee?
Oh, no, this coffee. My face is shaking. I can't drink it. Another thing you should do is that Jack Benny thing you're doing with your arm. You shouldn't cover your body like that. You're saying, I'm not really comfortable. Just let it happen.
Let that blood flow so that it's not all caught up in your cheeks.
It reaches your face.
Yeah.
Was it not clear I was uncomfortable on stage?
Right.
If the arm gave it away?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you drink?
Look at
Do you
that.
drink
See,
at all?
Yeah.
Both cheeks are going now that the arm's down.
This is the part. It really is. It's getting extreme. Maybe, I don't know.
Is there anyone that comes in the show that isn't at this moment being like, please, just let me off stage, please?
It's funny.
Whenever someone is just like, I love it. This is the best.
Yeah, normally the people that sign up for the show are happy when they get on stage. This has been like a torture test so far of some kind. It's like some...
there should be like a swinging light bulb above his head.
Welcome to the Guantanamo Bay Chuckle Hut, everybody. All right, Grant. I'll tll you this, man. It was fucking awesome.
All right.
Really
Yeah,
cool
good job,
job.
dude. Good job.
Great job, man.
I get the feeling one day you're probably going to laugh about this clip, and other people will too, because you're a great joke writer. Keep doing it. 21 years old, Boston's own Grant Miller, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
Kind of like a Melissa Esslinger.
Oh shit, the motherfucking bucket is back. Who knows what can happen? Maybe we'll get somebody that wants to come on stage. Boston, you guys having fun? I pulled another name out of the bucket, and that name is Brianna Santos. Brianna Santos. Ah.
The guy at the door made me put my name in there. He was like, "You need to sign up." I had no idea. I'm really short. I'm like 5'2". Swear to God, that really happened. It's a real thing. So I'm here, and I listen to you guys all the time. You guys are great, but that's all we keep talking about. So, is my cheek shaking? I feel like it is. Could be my butt cheek. Something shaking. I had something to say because she was like, "What if your name is something?" And I was like, "No." But then you like start brainstorming shit. You're like, "What if it is?" And then you start thinking about things to say. And I had like a bunch of shit to say, and I can't. Oh, conformist. Oh, right.
And that is exactly one.
I hate conformists.
Oh, that's it? That's the whole thing? That's what you wanted to get out there?
That's all I want to say is I fucking hate conformists. No one here is a conformist.
Brianna, I don't know what the fuck's going on right now. Vinny, did you force people to sign up for the show? Did anybody here sign up without their own endorsement?
Yeah, if you don't really want to do stand-up, maybe just tell us before you go on stage.
Yeah, signing up wasn't mandatory.
But I'm glad I'm here.
Brianna, get in front of the microphone. None of you people even know what you're doing.
I feel good about it.
Boston, you guys are your own special episode. I want to let you know that. Oversized bucket with minimal results. Clearly, the smaller the bucket on this show, maybe we should switch it. Can we get a small cup or something like that? Vinny, can you get us one of those cups next to the water?
Yeah, that's exactly what we need.
Comedian up is what the fuck, why not? What the fuck, why not?
Brianna, what's your story? You ever think about doing stand-up comedy before?
Constantly.
And at the last second, you sort of decided.
Terrified.
You thought you were going to give it a shot, huh?
I did not. No, I didn't. No.
Oh my God! What is this lady talking? Is this your girlfriend, Brianna? Yeah. Brianna?
I'm a construction worker.
Oh, okay. I guess that's a yes. The lead. Yeah. I guess then yes, this is your girlfriend.
How's it feel to be in front of a lot of people like this?
I feel like I'm in my Bristol Community College public speaking class.
How did that go?
Terrible. I talked a lot about the environment, and every
Brianna,
speech was about...
do you ever wear a hard hat?
I do. Twice a day.
Twice a day?
At work and at home.
Is that code for like a strap-on dildo or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm a hard worker.
Very nice. All the best stuff after.
Yeah. That's how
That's the wrong one.
There's no men there.
That's the wrong one.
Nice, Brian.
Brianna, you reminded me of a young Edward James Almost Funny. I don't know what to say.
I really thought you were going to say somebody. I was like, really? I remind you of someone?
Yeah,
like
a Mexican Roseanne.
Yes! Bro, can I say, Roseanne is the only woman in history that was divorced by her husband. If I could be related to that, it's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, you hate
like
men.
She had to pay him money.
I think
she
that's
had to pay him money. Usually women get money, Bill Burr hates that. He doesn't like that at all. She had to pay him money. That's amazing.
Yeah, because it turns out she didn't reach the amount of money needed to stop paying for
She's badass. Roseanne's badass. Woo. Everybody loves Roseanne.
Hey Tony, I fixed the song for her. You want to hear it?
Yeah, I don't think It's Raining Men was the right song
that was
for
not
her.
the right song.
What do you got?
Well, listen closely.
Oh. What is this? This is so you're so stupid. 6 minutes of his time went into making that moment.
Good job.
Oh.
Took a lot of work.
Brianna, you're from the Boston area, right? What's your favorite thing about Boston?
I'm from New Bedford. If anybody knows, I'm sorry. I'm trying to move out of there. But I'm still alive. So that's it. That's good.
You have any special hobbies or fun things that you like to do when you're not doing construction?
My girlfriend's hairdresser calls me Joe Rogan's best friend.
Why? Why did she call you Joe Rogan's best friend? I know for
my
a fact
girlfriend.
she would never
My
hang out with
girlfriend
you.
texted me at work the other day, and she said that my best friends are my TV shows. She was like, "I think your shows are your best friends."
TV shows?
I work so much and I don't like people, conformists,
Are you still watching Fear Factor?
Yeah, he hasn't had a TV show for a while.
I love Joe Rogan.
He's not on TV anymore.
What's
He's
the theme from News?
Game of Thrones and Joe Rogan. That's all I do.
She's a
That's all I'm
hardball
about.
fan.
I listen to Joe Rogan and watch Game of Thrones.
I love that.
That's my life.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Well,
All right, Brianna.
that's my comedy career. I think it's over now.
I mean, is it something that you ever wanted to do, Brianna? What's that? Is it something that you ever really wanted to do, or you just sort of gave it a shot?
I don't know,
Oh, okay.
I always felt like I was a special kind of person, but I haven't found that special purpose yet.
Well, if you just keep signing up outside of random things, then I think one day you're going to find
Next
out.
time you're here. I'm going to work on it. You be here next year?
That could be your thing, signing up.
I'm going to work on
My
it.
whole life I sign up.
I will tell you this, is that you handled bombing better than Bobson did, and you handled it better than Grant Miller did good, and you handled this better than his shaky ass. So
Yeah.
in the end, you could take something from it. Brianna Santos,
Next
ladies.
time it'll be on purpose.
What'd you say? You're giving out free flannels after the show? What is it with lesbians and flannels? Why are you asking me? I don't know. How would I know?
You had a
that?
choice.
I am one of not a lot of people know this, but I am one of the top young lesbian comedians in the world.
Man, we knew.
All right, your next comedian, uninterrupted 60 seconds, goes to Cody Griffin.
Sometimes you just feel tired.
So a lot of times when I meet someone for the first time, they're like, Cody, that's my dog's name. Great, but he's usually a hairy asshole that lives at home with his parents. I do think that all dogs should be named after people. You ever see a overweight little pug waddling down the street? Like, yeah, that dog's name's Steve. Or there's some Great Dane peering through your neighbor's curtains, creeping on you. There's Larry again. Some animals, they actually they change colors because of their diet. Turtles are green because of the grass they eat. Flamingos are pink because of the shrimp they eat. If that were true with humans, why aren't I like the color of OG Kush? Or Sour Diesel? Or Blue Dream? Or whatever the fuck they call weed these days? Or more likely the 6 barley-colored cans of PBR I've already had tonight. Thank you.
Cody Griffin, there you go. One thing that we're learning immediately is that sometimes it's more fun to watch somebody that didn't know they were going to get selected or try it all. I sort of miss the people that were like,
oh, sorry to disappoint.
Wow, I didn't even want to do this.
I learned that this girl knows her weed because she was like, yeah. It's like I stopped
Real
paying
one,
attention to
real
you.
one,
It's like,
fake one, real one.
Yeah.
Did they just get marijuana here or something the other day? Or
I'm not even from here.
Where are you from?
I'm from Key West.
Key West.
Key West,
And there-
Florida.
And there is where you are making a living being the top half of a centaur?
If only you saw the bottom.
It would have been a waste if he was the bottom. It would have really been a bummer.
I was born with this sweater, yeah.
Key West, Florida. So how long have you been up here?
Only since I was forced to evacuate about 2 weeks ago.
Wow. You were forced to evacuate, and then it turned out to be a tropical 2. How does that make you feel?
Yeah. Anybody that's intimidated by what's going on the shore right now, like, you haven't seen anything.
Wait, what?
I experienced the zombie apocalypse in Florida trying to get away from that storm.
Oh yeah. How were you in your car for?
3 days.
3 days. Did you have a problem finding gas? Because that's what I heard the biggest.
That was the
problem.
hardest part. About people were getting in knife fights for it down in southern Florida.
Wow.
Crazy.
Really? Was Bobson down there?
Could have used a strong.
It would have
man
been a
like
lot
Bobson.
more enjoyable if I had more weed in the car, honestly.
So you decided, they're like, evacuate, and you're like, I'm going to Boston. This is it.
Yeah, well, my girlfriend lives here, so I had something to come to.
Ah, look at
Is
you.
she your current girlfriend?
Yeah. Future ex-wife.
Wow, you're getting married?
Yeah. Well, there goes current.
Are you marrying her? Are you engaged?
No.
You just call her your future ex-wife because you hope that she's going to say
That's a
yes?
stolen joke, and I hope it doesn't get back to the person that wrote it.
I don't know what
Well,
that means.
by explaining it, I think it's going to get back to the person.
Here, if I may,
Yeah.
just jump in. Like, I mean, all of your jokes are kind of just like jokes that you probably don't even think are all that funny. They're okay. You know what I mean? But I mean, then we started asking about why you're here and all that stuff. Like, I want to hear those stories. I want
Yeah.
to hear about the knife fight for a life raft and a thing of Little Debbie snack cakes or whatever you're going into.
Had you come out right from the beginning and literally said, "What's up? I'm not even from Boston. I'm from Florida, but I got evacuated and I figured I'd come up here." Like, it's like all of a sudden we know what sets you apart. We know what it's a better backstory than what did you start with? People call me a dog, and I'm a hairy asshole.
A lot of pet
Dog
humor in my
name.
routine, for sure.
Right,
I'm still
but
looking
the
for
dog's
Steve.
name's a dog's name, and the punchline was hairy asshole, and you jumped right over it once you realized nobody laughed at it, right? You pretended like it wasn't even a punchline, which is the right thing to
A minute
do.
is tough.
What?
A minute is tough.
But it can
some-
happen. If
yeah.
you listen to the podcast, you know that it can happen. So what you need to
No-
do...
no offense to the
but a lot of
panel. I
people
listened
don't
to the
know that,
podcast
when
for
you
the
do
first time
television,
today.
When he did Letterman, it was 4.5 minutes, and
Yeah.
that sucks.
And-
but you have to do it in that time frame. So instead of being in your head about it, just say, come out with something, you know. But the essence of what you're doing, it's so much better to hear about your life and the deeper stuff than the surfacey dog asshole bit. That, you know, nothing wrong with it, but it's much more interesting.
Yeah, I'll give you the best example I've ever known in my life. When I was in Chicago starting out, there's a guy on stage, and he was talking about how Gatorade had a new flavor called Fierce Lime. And his whole joke was, what the fuck's so fierce about a lime? And this guy next to me, who was older than me, who I really respected, just under his breath went, yeah, that makes you mad, dude. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, you're right. No one gives a fuck about a Gatorade flavor. Like, I don't think, like, you know, like when you're talking about, you know, what the colors have changed when you eat the different weed, which is confusing. Because do you eat Kush? I mean, unless you bake it in a brownie.
Yeah.
You know, I make it into a fine syrup, put on my pancakes, but, but you know, like, I don't. It's like I don't think you care as much as having to evacuate. Like that's I want to see through into that window.
What kind of car did you evacuate with? What kind of car do you have?
A piece of shit Nissan Altima.
See, next time, instead of calling it a piece of shit, just answer the question first, and then you'll get a bigger
It
laugh,
wasn't even
because
mine, though. It was a friend's car that he wanted to get off the island.
Still, you're not listening.
Okay.
And it was a Chariot because it saved you. You should just be like, oh, a Nissan Altima. That's
Yeah.
what.
On a
fuck I was
donut.
An Altima. Is that a four-door?
Yeah.
Why-
We had a three-legged dog in the back seat, too.
You had a what? A three-legged dog?
Whose name is
I thought you said
Fenway,
hog.
coincidentally.
Three-legged hog.
Three-legged hog.
Three-legged hog. We got a sitcom
We
now.
actually have the dog on the podcast right now. That's so stupid. Lady!
When I'm with you, I'm smiling.
Cody, so you've been banging your girlfriend a lot now that you've had to evacuate? You made it up here?
Yes.
Wait, is that her blowing her nose right now?
She's in the back queefing.
When
No, that
people
was the
talk about
three-legged
her,
hog.
That was
in
just
the
a
back seat.
sick person farting.
Man. So you guys have been having fun?
Absolutely.
And does she live alone?
Well, until now.
Right, but she lives alone and you're staying with her.
She
Yes,
kicked the black
correct.
guy out, right?
Yeah.
She kicked Bobson out.
There you go. You got a laugh from Bobson's brother on that one. Bobson's actual brother. All right, Cody. Well, it was nice. You do stand-up?
Yeah, we have a club. Well, I don't, obviously, but I help run the comedy club in Key West called Comedy Key West, and I help run the business.
Is it still there?
You help run you help run the comedy club?
Yeah, I
And-
do all the
and-
social media, all the photography, all that good stuff.
Did you put plywood up before on the comedy club before you left?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's still
Is
there.
it still there? It's still there?
But
Yeah.
you know, even during the hurricane, at least 3 open micers showed up. Like, what happened? This isn't happening tonight? Your house got flattened, Randy. What are you doing here? Gotta do time.
The
But
grind.
If you're ever down there, come check us out.
The grind
There's
never ends.
there's a lot of people a lot funnier than I am.
Oh,
I
we
promise.
know. Has anyone ever told you they remind you of Conor McGregor if someone siphoned all the confidence out of him?
No, I usually get the guy from Dexter.
There you go.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, you didn't kill anything here tonight, Cody. There he goes, Cody Griffin.
Thanks,
He's
man.
on
Thanks
Twitter
for
at
doing it.
Comedy Key West. Wow, he really is. He's the guy that runs comedy in Key West. His Twitter handle is Comedy Key West. _ Grant _ Miller for Grant Miller, and Bobson just wrote Bobson. So
He left.
Oh, he's going to punch somebody. He's coming back.
You did my joke.
okay, I'm really excited about this. This is another interesting name. Let's see what happens. Put your hands together for Boston Baked Charlie. Oh Jesus. Oh no.
You got props.
How you doing, folks? I'm a time-traveling comedian from the 1980s. I would explain everything, but I don't got the time. It's great to be here in the greater Boston area. I went to my old bar. Sadly, they changed the name. Right now they call it Cheers. I was just glad, though, that after all these years, when I stepped in, everybody knew my name. You know, when you go to a bar, you can meet some interesting people. Like this one lady, she had a tattoo right below her belly button, but right above her vagina. And it read VIP. And I was like, duh, it's members only. You know, I wish all the bad places changed, you know. Back then, when you wore like a blue hat, you better had like a red jacket on. But if you try to put on all the gang colors of the rainbow, oh man, someone's gonna be knocking boots with you. Man, you're not gonna have any blood, all right, man? You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you're gonna feel more like a Crip. Let me tell you something. I'm glad that the weed laws have changed. I remember, if you're looking for your stash, man, all right.
Wow. You want to finish it? Finish it, Boston Baked Charlie. Finish that joke. When you look at that stash, what?
Well,
is that what you said?
Let me just tell you, Tony Hinchcliffe. You know you're a pothead when it takes you longer to look for your stash than smoke your stash. You know what I mean? You're looking around. You're like, man, where is it? Did I already smoke?
Can you understand a word that he's saying?
No.
I cannot
All
hear
right,
it.
Boston Baked Charlie. For those of you listening to the podcast and not watching it, Boston Baked Charlie decided to do something a little bit different than the other people. He's still bummed, but he came in a disguise. This way, if things went as bad as he thought they were going to go, he could just start again. And if things went well, I bet you would have ripped that beard off in a heartbeat, huh? Like, oh, this shit's easy. My real name's Charlie Weingarten. But instead, you're Boston Baked Charlie. I don't know if this is an episode of Kill Tony or some type of Boston marathon of bombing or something like that.
Well, I think I am
what's great
killing.
about America is that we can laugh at a joke like that. Fuck those, what were they, Syrians?
Yeah, I didn't look across the crowd and be like, are they going to rush the stage? No?
No,
Okay, good.
no.
Okay, we're good.
The only guy that looks Syrian is Boston Baked Charlie, so we got him right where we want him.
Right.
Charlie, are you going to stay in character? Can we talk to the real Charlie?
I am.
Take off the muzzle that
Can you take
kept
off
us
the
from
beard?
understanding you.
Oh, no, I am Charlie. What are you talking about?
Are you hiding something underneath there?
Lipstick.
Just my smile.
Charlie, it's tough to understand you through the beard. Can you pull it down?
Oh, a little bit.
Wow, you are hell bent on
What do you mean pull my
maintaining
beard?
the beard. Why are you in disguise?
What do you mean disguise?
Oh, no. God.
Looks like he's not going to break character.
You know what
Tony.
disguise means? You know, like if I were to use it in a sentence, I'd be like, this guy's bombing horribly right now. I'm excited about that one. Disguise. All right, Charlie. Well, since I don't really want to talk to a character, I guess that's probably about it.
All right, well, it's been great.
There he goes, Boston Big Charlie, everybody.
May all your dreams come true, Boston.
There you go. Whatever that was. Boston Big Charlie.
And don't be afraid to move the mic stand away from you and not hide behind it the whole time also.
And if it doesn't sound like you're being clear when you hear yourself, then nobody else can understand you either. Just a little something from a person with common sense.
I will say Triple B really hit it with like 6 people in the audience who were like, yeah. Did you notice that? We were like, I know what he's talking about. That was amazing to me.
I speak beard.
I love that you just called Boston Baked Charlie Triple B.
Oh, double BC. Oh, I thought his name was Barley. His name wasn't Barley?
No, it was Charlie. It's Charlie. Because
I
the
fucking
beard, you
love
heard
you.
Barley.
Yeah.
One more time for Boston Big Barley, everyone.
Yeah.
Give it up for Barley.
I pulled another name out of the bucket. Put your hands together for Luis Diaz. Here he comes. He can't believe it.
I think it's Luis.
Luis Diaz, yes.
All right, guys, I got a big-ass head. Most people are scared of the dentist. I'm scared of the barber shop. Sometimes I feel like a hot chick with huge tits. The reason is because I get a lot of unwanted attention, and I have to ignore it because things usually go bad. I'll be walking down the street and a group of people will be like, damn, that dude's got the biggest head I've ever seen. And I have to be all classy about it, like, I know they ain't talking about me. I just keep walking. And also, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't wear a hat, I can't wear a hood, I can't really hide it. So, and it's not like I turn around to the group of people and be like, all right, guys, my eyes are up here. I've always wanted to be popular. I've always wanted people to know my name. It kind of sucks to be referred as the guy with the big head.
Luis Diaz, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's jump right into it. Luis, when you wrote all of these jokes about having a big head, were you like, were you much skinnier or something?
You have a regular
I was
head.
actually.
Was this before the head reduction surgery?
Everyone in your family probably has tiny shrunken heads, and you think you're a big head.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was a lot skinnier, and I'm from Jersey. I kind of thought of everything on the ride over here. So I had 5 hours, and I had to kind of focus and think of things on the way here.
So you wrote that on the way here?
No, I just thought of it on the way here.
10 minutes into the drive, you went, big head, done.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got.
Oh, yeah.
But when you were writing the joke in your car on the way here, didn't you notice underneath the mirror that made you realize that you had a big head that it says objects in mirror are larger than they actually are?
Yeah, no, I didn't notice that actually.
Your head's not big at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's actually really small.
In
You have a
fact,
very
you
small-
probably have the smallest head on this stage right now.
Oh, than mine, for sure.
If anything, you
doesn't
could
feel
make
like
fun
it.
of how round it is, perhaps. I would say that you could be Ernie from Bert and Ernie or something like that. Like a little
Dude.
Mexican Ernie.
I actually think I'm the only Hispanic person here. Anybody else?
What the fuck?
Really?
There you go, right in the front.
Wow, you just said the magic words to make that song happen.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm super nervous, but I'm nowhere near as high as Bobson was. So
All right.
Yeah.
Good attempt at a callback failed.
that's all I got. Everything else,
I mean, it's anytime someone has one like physical characteristic that they kind of harp on, more often than not, you'll notice that like this is a really good example because you don't have that big of a head, but like more often than not, it'll be something that people don't really think about. I think my advice to you would be like find something about your personality or something that you really hate or whatever, and like work on, do something about that, and just start like tell a story.
A lot of comedians do that. Well, they're losing their hair, or they're going to do a bit about balding, and really everyone can see that. That's on the surface, and that's not the great comedy. Great comedy is what's inside. We all can see who you are, but what kind of person are you? And we don't know that. We know you're nervous because, like Cody, you have your hand in your pocket the whole time.
Super nervous, yeah.
And you never move. You have to move the mic stand. You got to move it out of your way.
Didn't I just
you're
say
behind
that?
it, and immediately it's a psychological weird thing where people are like, "You're going to strip? What's going on?" Like you have to get it out of the way. Right.
You know what's funny? I actually
No, we don't know what's funny.
Yeah,
Please tell us. We have no idea.
We've been waiting for that.
I watched your show enough not to set you up. I had some other bits, but like I literally get shit for it all the time, so that's all I really
Who gives
think
you
about.
shit for this?
Just people, like strangers.
You have one tiny head uncle that's a real piece of shit.
If JFK had your size head, he'd still be president.
No, he wouldn't be alive. Come on.
Wow.
Damn, I wasn't expecting to get picked for this. I know everybody says that too, but I never got what they meant until being here in this moment right now.
And why'd you come up from Jersey? Do you go to school here? Or
What was that?
why'd you come up from Jersey?
I just really liked the show. I wanted to go to the New York one, but Skankfest was sold out before I found out about it, and I just said, fuck it, like I'll just drive up, leave work
pretty
early,
cool.
and come in.
5-hour drive?
Yeah,
Anything interesting happen on the way?
No, my girlfriend fell asleep, and I just...
Whoa, were you running your jokes by her?
Oh! Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Babe, I think I'm going to do this big head thing.
Stop talking about your head.
She was totally behind it.
She said, "Give me
that
head,"
big,
and you thought
I
you didn't understand what she meant, ladies and gentlemen.
Honey, no.
Of the court.
Your head is fine.
Thank you.
Wow. See,
Can I get out of here?
you just asked to leave?
Yeah.
I was just about to let you go, but now, I mean...
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Well, because everyone else just started, like, walking off, so I figured I'd ask before.
What's your favorite category of porn?
Shit.
Big head?
No. Oh, shit. No, it's... I like more, like, amateur stuff. Like, stuff that looks like it was just shot in somebody's bedroom.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, well,
That's
you
my
have
thing.
some fans of people that like amateur comedy, so...
Wow.
What goes around comes around.
Literally.
All right, Luis, how old are you?
27.
27.
Yeah.
And what do you do for a living in Jersey?
I'm an EKG technician.
EKG?
Yeah. It's heart monitors.
Yeah,
basically.
heart monitor. Huh. That's
I just sit in
interesting.
my little-
You're
yeah.
just a technician?
No, not necessarily. It's just the simplest way to explain it. I do quality assurance, so I've been there like 5 years. I just basically check everyone else's work.
Wow, look at you. You don't have to have such a big head about it. Luis Diaz, ladies and gentlemen. No Twitter, just Luis Diaz. Woo! It's all happening. We're plowing through it. Fuck yeah. I can't believe how packed this is. You guys make us feel like so at home. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming out. We're having a blast.
Fuck yeah.
Guy drives from Jersey. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I pulled another name out of the bucket. Put your hands together for Eric Monroe. Wow, you got a big pop.
What's up, guys? There's no real leader to the Black Lives Matter movement, and there's a reason for that. There's no like real true leader. It's because nobody wants to get assassinated. It's the actual reason. And but I need a leader to my modern day 2017 black guy problems. Like I need a Martin Luther King Jr. for today's problems, my issues. Like, one day, a black man can use his real picture to get an Airbnb. And chill, we have to use like a waterfall and shit. But chill, like, no matter what side of the issue you're on, we have to come together as America. As America, we have to come together, and we have to decide, we have to make a decision. Are we swiping our debit cards or are we inserting them, right? Let's fucking make a decision here. I treat it like sex. Here's what I do. I kind of swipe and then insert. You know the move.
You know what I'm talking about. But it's like a skinny little white girl though, because you can only fit like just the chip.
Just the chip was the last line there from Eric Monroe. There you go, Boston. How about that? Eric Monroe.
Finally.
By the way, let me say this so that he doesn't have to. He also had no idea that he was going to get picked out of the bucket for this. Nobody knows. But there you go. You absolutely executed from beginning to end. Great premises.
Thanks, man.
Never heard anything about there not being a Black Lives Matter leader. It's a very funny, compelling thing that I haven't heard really spoken about loud, and I love where you went with that. And the chip slide card
Fuck
thing.
those chips, right?
Shit that we hear about. Shit that's part of our lives every day that quite often isn't exactly spoken of. And I think that's the type of thing that we all look for. How long have you been on stand-up?
About a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Really? That's
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Wow.
All
Really
here in
great.
Boston?
Rhode Island. Yeah.
Nice.
Rhode Island?
Rhode Island.
Providence?
Rhode Island.
Comedy Connection?
Comedy Connection, yeah. I've seen you there. I've hung out with you after that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
We did? We hung out
We
before?
hung out after.
Oh,
smoked a
wow.
little bit.
Sorry about that, Eric.
Oh, boy.
Dude, we hung out for 3 days. You don't remember? No.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of confidence and a lot of presence, and that's what everybody looks for in a comedian, is someone that can just talk about whatever they want, and you're going to want to come with them. You know what I mean? Like you didn't show any kind of like worry about switching from Black Lives Matter to ATM cards. You know, like it was like, is we're going there now? All right, well, what about that? You know, It was great. It was great. It's just you just change gears, right? Like.
It was great. The material was great and really smart. The only thing is the nonverbal stuff, which a year and a half in, you wanted to grab the microphone, you kept wanting to grab it, and that threw me off. I knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
You need security there.
Big fan.
Like you brought
big fan.
a drink up on stage.
Yep.
Just come up with you.
Yeah.
And be able to, like on television, a lot of times the comedian will just wear a lavalier so they can do this. But you have a mic and a drink, and you're trying to grab the mic stand. Too much stuff to do.
And it's because you're naturally nervous. When we all start, there's little twitches and stupid things
Big
that
fan.
we do, and
Big
we're
fan.
trying
Tony Hinchcliffe's usually not at the open mics.
Yes, again, that is I know I'm not at the Boston open mics. You all can save that from here on out. I'm very aware that I'm not at Boston open mics.
You of all the people so far you've had the most of my favorite kind of person that just comes on stage. It's like, yeah, I know you want me to be here. Calm down. I got something to tell you. You know, like that's how every comedian
and everybody else should also take note. You got right to the joke. You know what I mean? Nobody really gives a fuck how likable or whatever the fuck you are. Just get into it, and that's the best gateway to convincing people that they're about to hear something funny. What do you do for work, Eric? How do you make a living?
I do corporate team building facilitation.
Corporate what?
Yeah.
Team building.
Yeah.
Team building?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I play games with adults, and
Do you like improv games?
I travel around the country and do like game shows and like stuff like that. Maybe they have a boring meeting, and then I'll ask them questions about the shit that they're supposed to learn.
Oh, cool.
And have fun with them and just talk shit.
Yeah, no, you're very good. You're going to be a great comic. You already are.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really
Thank you,
surprised.
guys.
You've
Thank
only
you,
been
guys.
a year and a
Thank
half.
you. Honestly, thank you.
Yeah, it's true. Let's just keep flying through it. That was a great performance.
Thank you. I
Eric
appreciate
Monroe,
it.
ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks,
Come
guys.
on!
Rhode Island.
If you would have said Boston instead of Providence, you would have just gotten the biggest applause of your life. Yeah, well, Providence. And then everybody's like, the fuck out of here. Everybody wants their own Boston little killer. Who knows? Could be Vicky Porter.
Shot the kid and still was hearing him scream. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. Just another case about the wrong path. Straight and narrow where your soul gets cast. Good night.
Come on.
I like her already.
Yeah, come on, make some noise for Vicky Porter, everyone.
Woo! Yeah! So, I grew up in a city that was 90% white. Yeah, that's really funny, I know. But, like, so, I was really surprised when I figured out that I wasn't. You don't know. But, like, it messes up your racial identity growing up in a place like that. So I'm basically the racial equivalent of a chocolate-covered marshmallow. On the inside, I'm white and gelatinous. Like, there are things that I feel like I can't do that a normal black person will be able to, you know? Like, if I gave you a recording of my voice and you heard it say the N-word, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be cool about it.
Boom,
I
Vicky Porter. 60 seconds from
I
Vicky
just had
Porter.
one more punchline for that one.
Go ahead. Do you want to do another one? Go ahead.
You can't really have the Walmart skin with the Whole Foods voice backing it up.
Wow. Vicky
Yeah,
Porter.
we needed that second one. That's
man.
good. Vicky Porter. Remember that
Porter.
name. Remember that name.
Hey,
That was awesome.
thank you.
This is the first Kill Tony Live you've been to, right?
Yeah.
But I have seen you and hung out with you after shows that I've done in multiple cities. Where was that at?
Oh, I've seen you in Boston a couple times, and I've seen you in Providence a couple times.
Right.
Yeah.
Wilbur Theater, Comedy Connection,
Yep,
all those things.
the one
was this
that
your
you went to
first
before.
first time doing stand-up?
No, I've been doing it for 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome.
That's amazing.
But you're wearing the
Thank
Kill
you.
Tony shirt. You listen to every episode?
Huh?
You listen to the show?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Right. And do you think that listening to it a lot sort of helped you? Is it something that you've always wanted to do?
You know, I was a musician before this, and, like, I realized that it didn't really fit me, so I had to think about what I really wanted to do, and I realized that I loved comedy. And so I decided to do this. And I found your podcast, and it really just, listening to all the advice that you and Red Band and your guests give, it just really helps me out and gave me confidence at least start doing this.
Fuck yeah, I
Yeah.
love that.
All right.
So, what type of music were you playing before? You sing or play an instrument or what? Oh, is that you? Brian found one of your albums.
I played a lot of jazz, really, like contemporary type stuff. I was a trumpet player.
Oh.
Yeah, like I know.
No,
yeah,
that's
good
a robot
choice, right? In
trumpet.
2000, whatever, to do jazz. That's really smart.
But you got to do what you love.
Oh yeah, of
That's
course.
Like, you don't put it down. you know?
Yeah, like no, I realized I was falling out of love with it. Like I got accepted to Berkeley up here in Boston.
Wow.
And yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, the applause isn't necessary. I stopped doing that. It's done.
You dropped out?
I didn't end up going because it was like $60,000 a year. Like,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Obviously, I can't afford that.
I couldn't either.
Yeah, when you put your hand in your face like this, like, yeah.
No
you
one
can't-
will-
yeah,
no one will get you.
That's the signal of not having money.
But I liked you when you were walking, even just to the stage. You have such a personality,
Yeah.
and it really shows. And when you do your stand-up, you love it. And when you love something, it really shows. And the audience fell in love with you too.
Oh, thank you.
You had perspective right away. Perspective is one of the hardest things for any comedian to find, is their voice and their perspective. And you had something that was genuinely your own. And like I hate like giving someone like a tip on how to do their joke.
Yeah.
But I loved your joke about the marshmallow. But I think you should just say, let's just do, instead of saying inside I'm white and a pause, just say inside I'm white and gelatinous, as if that's what you meant. You know, not
Yeah.
the difference between like. Because that killed me, and that's like such a wonderfully descriptive word for what you were talking about. I don't think I'm getting my point across, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I know what you mean. Like,
Move slightly quicker and without the little stuff in the middle. You know, like you said, like I'm from a neighborhood that's 90% white. You know, you never know. You know, like you said that
Yeah.
before you got into the next thing, where it's, and you don't need that. You don't need
just
that
get right to it.
connective
I didn't
stuff.
know if I
Just
was.
boom, boom,
And
boom,
next
boom.
one, yeah.
And
Yeah.
you just be economical with your words
Yeah.
and your rhythms. And the nonverbal is as important as not. Like, if you shake your head no sometimes instead of saying no, the audience is forced to watch you. And you're so compelling that I think the less verbal you are, the stuff you take out, will make it even more compelling.
And I'll also say this is that, and this is sort of a little bit like comedy inside baseball, but from my perspective, like, I think I think you have an extremely, especially for only being a couple months in, I think you have a really cool voice because even though it's going to sound sort of racist, I feel like a lot of black
Here we
female
go.
comedians sort of have like a different tone about them. You're sort of like very, very, very likable and sweet. And, like, so many of them are powerful, like Leslie Jones and Tiffany Haddish. I mean, they're all so commanding and demanding where you're sort of just like, a little...
I'm a baby.
Yeah, you...
Come and get kisses.
Yeah, it's like...
Well, I mean, I think that goes across, all genres. It's,
Right.
it's obviously be yourself is what he's trying to say. But he's obsessed with race, and that's Tony.
Exactly.
You gotta let it go.
It's because I was raised. It's because I was raised in a neighborhood that's 90% black.
Yeah, like we were, I grew up with a lot of Italians and stuff like that, so we really should have been born in the opposite, Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, we got
But
it.
I mean, the thing is, one of the hardest things to learn is how to be yourself on stage, and you've already got that 2 months in. You're talking to us now, and the way you talk is not that much different than... You're an exaggerated person when you're doing your stand-up. All of us are.
Yeah.
But you're obviously the exaggerated you. Certain people got up here tonight, and they're doing something, but they're not doing themselves yet. And it'll take them years to find that. And you're 2 months in.
And you have it.
You already have it.
Yeah.
Like,
And
that's
you
amazing.
heard it here first. You're wearing the shirt, and you did it.
Yeah, thank you.
Kill Tony, Vicky Porter, everybody. She's on Twitter at 4th_and20. 4th and 20. I think it's because perhaps she likes football and pot.
Yeah.
4th.
This
_
marijuana
and
is
20.
huge out here, huh?
One more time for the lovely and adorable Vicky Porter, everybody. Shit, there's only a half a name there. Let's do this one that fell out. Nick Crowley. Running from all the way in the back like he's on the Price is
That guy
Right.
got up like he was on springs.
He's got a fast jog.
He was
Prepare to
he was
listen to
next
an
door.
out-of-breath Nick Crowley.
Hey, thanks, guys. So I grew up with an old school dad. Like not one of these new age progressive dads that you can like talk to and stuff. Like my dad uses military time. Imagine getting a text, meet me at the car at 0800 hours. Like, are we going to Grandma's house or are we going to go kill Bin Laden? Remind me which mission this is. Plus, my dad was never in the military. Just bought a boat and started using military time. Just a big fan, I guess. We're part Irish and part Italian, so every year around Columbus Day, my dad will go on this big rant about how Columbus wasn't Spanish, he was really Italian. Don't believe what you read growing up. Columbus wasn't Spanish, he was really Italian. That's how behind the times my dad is. He thinks people are trying to take credit for the shit that Columbus did when he got here. I had to sit him down. I was like, Dad, that might have been a point of pride when you were growing up, but now he's kind of considered a genocidal maniac, so I don't know, maybe let the Spanish take credit. Thanks, guys.
There you go. Nick Crowley.
Right.
That was great. Thank you for doing that before jumping into a phone booth and becoming Superman. Hilarious.
But kind of an ironic hipster Superman. It's
Yeah.
not going to help
Yeah.
as much.
He uses his red lasers out of his eyes to read books. It's amazing the knowledge you can consume when you're Superman. Hello, Nick. You've been doing stand-up here in Boston for 4 years, am I correct?
A little less, but yeah.
Well, whatever.
Yeah. Correct, yeah.
3 months and 3 years and 5 months. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What do you do for work?
I have a regular day job.
Yeah, that's what I just asked
Finance.
you about.
Yeah.
What do you do for work? I have a job.
Yeah.
For
I
what?
work for a mutual fund company.
What?
Mutual fund company.
That's
There's a
why
lot
he
of
didn't
them
want
in
to say
Boston.
right away.
Yeah.
Mutual fund.
Man.
Mutual fund.
Get the party
Very
started.
exciting.
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened around the office at a mutual fund place? I want to know. How long you work there?
I've been in the industry for like 6 or 7 years.
Wow.
Craziest thing that's ever happened around the office?
Yeah. Is it like a Wolf of Wall Street out there or something?
No, it's just like,
H&R Block.
yeah. I mean, people fucking each other pretty much is probably the craziest stuff. But
Wow. They just fuck each other? Are you part of any of these fuckings?
I'm not involved.
I like
No.
I like the pause between people and fuck. People.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Fuck each other.
Yeah.
And stuff.
That's, no, I'm not involved.
Do you help them? Do you like You don't like hook them up and
you do coordinate.
No,
said
I try to
fucking
play.
with a
I try to play
spreadsheet program?
matchmaker a little bit.
You do?
Yeah,
So
I
you're not an H&R cock block?
I have a girlfriend, so I try to.
Oh, how long have you had a girlfriend for?
Coming up on 7 years.
Wow, 7 years.
Yeah.
What do you think? How do you feel about that, Nick?
The pressure's on, buddy.
Pressure's
It's-
on.
Yeah.
Wow, are you guys?
7 years there's not a lot of surprises left.
So you guys still fucking? How often do you fuck? Once a week?
Dude, usually I send a Google Calendar invite and try to. Braunger, that works, by the way.
Jokes.
I know that works because they have to. It's accept, deny, or tentative, so they got to make a decision either way. That's not a joke. I actually do send those.
Really?
But tell
Yes.
it on stage because it's funny like a joke. That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's
I like
sad.
the stuff about your dad and the he wasn't even in the military.
Yeah.
Then there was another. You were setting that up for one more joke at least, and then you left it. So there's another joke in the the 800 hours or whatever, and then find everything you can what the military does, and at least write one or if not 10 other jokes right after it. Because you did a punchline, it was great. Then you did a setup, and there was no punchline. I was waiting for that right after there.
Yeah, my dad is the gift that keeps on giving. So as long as he's alive, I'll be good.
Oh,
for
you'll
a
have
little
many
bit.
jokes when he
Yeah.
dies.
Well, I mean, and you seem like a guy who lives with military precision. More about artisanal candles and handcrafted coffees and things.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. But you when they called your name, you popped up and you ran.
Yeah, I was looking
Like, you
for
were
the
just
quickest route to get to the stage.
Very good.
Before my name was
You
called.
had it planned. You know
And
what I
you
mean?
were-
I feel like if zombies attacked, you'd know what window to get out.
Yeah.
You came here last night and made a little line, and then you made a.
yeah.
He has weapons just hidden throughout the room.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I felt like everything you did was as crisply cut as the part in your hair. Like you nailed it, and I mean that as a compliment.
man.
Like you really you strode up confidently, and you got exactly into what makes you you.
It was a great performance. We're running out of time, so we're going to fly through
Cool.
you. There he
Nice
goes,
guy.
Nick Crowley.
Great
and
job, dude.
Krause.
Nice job.
Should we do one more? You guys want to do one more and then?
30-second one. Should we do a 30-second one?
Well, I don't know if they can.
We have 2 minutes. We have to.
We have literally 2 minutes and a hard
No,
out.
they're saying no. They're saying no. Don't even do it.
30 seconds. Yeah, we have a 10:30 hard out. 30 seconds from Jack Ryan, ladies and gentlemen. It's not you.
Of course.
No way.
Of course.
No fucking way.
Done. Go.
No.
Go. I'm up here now, laughing at my brother earlier. So I was in the bathtub today, sitting on my phone, and I was like, hey, maybe I could fuck my elbows. And I thought about that. It was a serious thought. And I was like, what's wrong with me? I probably need some help. Maybe a therapist?
There you go. 30 seconds from
There
Jack
you go.
Ryan. Jack, did you fuck your elbow? Did you try it?
I did not try it.
You didn't even
I had
try
to get
it?
ready. I had to get ready and come here. I had to see you live.
By the way, for those of you that haven't been paying attention, that is Bob Off's brother.
All right.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Braunger,
it
where
was.
can people find you?
There you go. And he's done. Jack Ryan, everybody. He's
Thank
done.
you very
We're going
much.
to honor our 10:30 hard out because the Boston Comedy. Make some noise for the Boston Comedy Festival. Jim McHugh
Jim McHugh.
over there is the one that was smart enough to book us. Eddie Brill, Matt Braunger. What else is going on?
I'm good. I'm running around I'm doing stand up tomorrow night at the Ding Ho show. The Ding Ho was the first club I got
Oh
paid.
yeah,
It'll be
I've heard
great,
of that
yeah.
place. I watched the old documentary about it. Bronger?
Just go to mattbronger.com.
MattBronger.com, EddieBrill.com for
EddieBrill.com.
tickets for that, TonyHinchcliffe.com
Thank
for
you,
tickets
guys.
for me.
DeathSquad.tv. See you.
Boston, we love you! Thank you! Thank you so much, everyone. Go have a great night. We love you. Kill Tony. Boston, live.